Now, step one is to get a reseller's permit, okay? So to get a reseller's permit, it's actually very simple. Now, this is for the US. If you're not in the US, it might be slightly different depending on your country. And because I can't really give a one-size-fits-all for outside the US prescription, I would just recommend to Google it. It's got to be relatively easy, especially if you live in like Canada or the UK or a place like that. It can't be too difficult, just like it's very easy to get one in the US, okay? So if you live in the US, obviously you want to go to irs.gov and file for an EIN number. Once you have your EIN number, which I always say like it's kind of like a business social security number, even though it's not. It's just the easiest way to kind of relay that to people that might not have an EIN number and don't understand what they're actually doing, okay? So go to irs.gov, file for an EIN, go to your state website, and use your EIN then to file for a reseller's permit, okay? It might be called a wholesale license or a wholesale permit. There's about 10 different names for it depending on your state. But then once you take your EIN and you go to your state website and you file for a reseller's permit. Now you can usually get both of those within 24 hours from filing back online, so it doesn't take very long, okay? Once you have your reseller's permit, you can then sign up to wholesale websites like we're going to show you here today with that reseller's permit, okay? Step 2 then is to apply to wholesale websites. So step 3 is to reach out to your site rep or just the site in general if they have like a contact us and ask for a product catalog, okay? So most sites will have product catalogs if they're wholesale websites, obviously. And then what I basically do, I reach out to my rep or to the website and I email them and say, hey, you know, I wanted to know if you could send me a list of your latest product catalog because I want to make some purchases, okay? And because you're a vetted, you know, reputable buyer and you're clearly interested in running it through software, which means that you're clearly interested in buying from them, they're going to get that to you fairly quickly. Most of them do, okay? Now, not every site does obviously have product catalogs and lists of their products and how much they cost. And some sites you will actually have to source manually, okay? Case in point, a perfect example of this that I source manually all the time is BBCW Distributors, okay? This is another great site where you can not just sort through toys, but a number of other things. It's a reputable wholesale supplier that Amazon accepts invoices from, but you have to source manually. That's an example of a site that won't give you a product catalog. So, therefore, a lot of people will stay away from those sites because, yes, you do actually have to manually source on them. But keep in mind that this could be a great product opportunity or a great opportunity to find profitable products because the majority of wholesale sellers are going to be sourcing with software, and that means that there could be great product opportunities that are extremely profitable when you are on the manual sourcing sites, right? Because most people aren't going to want to spend the time to go through them. So if you are willing to actually do that here and there, you can find great products that like a lot of other people aren't selling. So just keep that in mind. I know obviously the benefits of, you know, sourcing through software and saving time are, you know, understated, but every once in a while I do source manually on sites like that when I have some time, and I do find great products that you can buy because a lot of people aren't doing that, okay? So step 4 then is that you want to actually put the product catalog that you get from your wholesale supplier into a scanning software. Now, I use Scan Unlimited. If we look and we pull this up real fast, that's what the tutorial today is going to be on. I'm going to show you how to source through the Scan Unlimited software, how to actually throw the product catalog in there, and all that good stuff. But you want to use the scanning software because if you're not, like I said, the majority of these sites are going to have product catalogs. So why would you spend, in the past, I would literally go through and I'd waste a lot of time manually sourcing sites, but I could have gotten a product catalog and put it into software, okay? So why would you spend, if you don't have to, all the time sourcing manually and wasting hours of your life that you're never going to get back, sourcing manually and looking through products that are never going to make you money, right? You want something, a scanning software that's going to filter out a lot of the bad buys initially, so you're just seeing good buys, so then you can do product research on profitable products and better decide in a shorter time period profitable buys, right? Because the name of the game with wholesale is sourcing profitable products quickly, getting your ROI back, and then scaling up that way, okay? So that will allow you to quickly identify profitable buys, and like I said, I recommend Scan Unlimited. I use it every single day in my wholesale business as well when I resell on Amazon, and I actually set up a deal with wholesale. I set up a deal with Scan Unlimited, so you can get get 50% off the first month of a Scan Unlimited package. The link is in the description to Scan Unlimited. It is an affiliate link. If you use the promo code GARA, that's my last name, obviously, use the promo code GARA to get 50% off the first month of an unlimited plan with Scan Unlimited, okay? So step 5 then becomes buy the profitable products, right? It's really simple. Once you identify them, simply buy them, make an order for them, have them shipped into FBA for you. Now, there's many ways to do it. Some people, and I do this every once in a while, some people like to order them to their house or their location first, or their warehouse if you're already scaled up a little bit, to inspect them. So if it's like a site that's not very reputable, that you're kind of still vetting, that you don't have a relationship with, obviously everybody sources from EE Distribution, so you don't have to do it with EE Distribution. Or if maybe you're trying to vet a product that you want to purchase a lot of, and you want to kind of test the quality before you purchase like a few hundred units of that product, then you might want to get it shipped to you first to inspect it and then ship it into FBA yourself. But the majority of the time, you're going to have it shipped into FBA directly from the wholesale supplier, and then you never actually have to touch the products. They'll do all the packaging for you. FBA will receive them and label them for you, and boom, that's how you can scale it quickly with a lot less of your time, right? So buy the profitable products, have them shipped into FBA, let them sell out, and then collect the ROI, okay? Rinse, repeat, and scale. It's really that simple. Now let's actually talk about how to set up Scan Unlimited. And because my Scan Unlimited is actually that's the wrong word, actually scanning a number of files in right now, I can't actually show you the putting the file in, but it's really simple, so I just took some pictures here. So when you actually click the green button on Scan Unlimited, and I'm going to show you the software right now because it's already scanning files, but I can show you a file that I already have uploaded, and we'll source through this one, which is an EE distribution file, okay? So we're going to do that here in a second. But it's really, really simple, okay? So you just put the file in we click the green button in the bottom left. You put the file in, whatever your product catalog is. It's pretty simple, okay? And then what you basically want to do, the first thing that you want to do is you want to tell Scan Unlimited how to identify the products within your spreadsheet. So here's my spreadsheet right here that I got from EE Distribution. So if we scroll all the way over, there's going to be a product identifier. Sometimes it's a SKU, sometimes it's an ASIN, sometimes it's UPC. Most of the times it's UPC for me, so I always identify it with the UPC. So when you go back to the Scan Unlimited dashboard right here, you're going to literally click UPC, okay? Then you can obviously identify your name. You can write something in there if you want to identify your scan specifically so you can remember it. You want to check that the file has headers. Now, sometimes the file doesn't have headers, and all headers are right here is like these right here. So SKU, UPC, right? If this wasn't here and we deleted this and it didn't have any headers, then obviously the file wouldn't have headers, okay? But ours does. The majority of files that I've seen, I don't think I've ever gotten a file that didn't have headers. So make sure that that's clicked. Pretty self-explanatory there, okay? So then we did tell the software how to identify it by clicking UPC. We named it. We said the file has headers. Now we have to actually select the column that identifier is in, right? So product ID column, and all you're basically going to do, we already told it UPC, you're going to click this one down, click UPC, okay? Same thing with the cost column. You're going to click this one down, scroll all the way down to identify the cost column. So, because you actually put the file in, it's going to have all your columns with the file headers in these two when you click them down, okay? So if we go back to our file, where's our cost? Well, it's in the U column right here as the first price per piece, right? This is our cost per piece if we purchase a case of each one, okay? So that's where it is. It's in U, price per piece. Boom, that's where to put it. Now we want to categorize it as the currency, so we know it's US dollars, right? Because our spreadsheet is in US dollars because EE Distribution is a US-based company. Now, if you're sourcing from another company that's overseas or somewhere else, then you probably might want to change that to whatever currency your file is in, okay? Clearly, ours is in US dollars because EE Distribution is a US-based company, okay? Then I personally don't put anything in the cost column or into the custom columns right here. And then I just hit start. So once your file is actually done scanning, though, you can start looking through and sorting through your file so that you can better identify profitable products quicker and make better buys fast, okay? So you're not wasting a lot of time. You're literally letting your products, you're obviously letting EE package your products, ship them into FBA. FBA receive your products, label them, do all the fulfillment for you. So all you literally have to do is source online from your computer and then manage your back end and your products prices in Seller Central, make the markup, rinse and repeat. It's super simple, okay? So I'm going to set a filter, which is an example that I didn't go through in the last one. So you always want to filter it because that's going to save you time. So you can filter it by ROI or profit or both. I like to do it that way. I'm also going to, there's many ways to do it. You can obviously scroll over and organize it by profit up and down, and I'll show you that here in a second. I usually like to go sales rank because that's basically going to tell you what's selling the fastest, and then we're going to go down from there. But like I said, we want to put a filter in, right? So we're going to click the filter button. We're going to scroll all the way down to ROI, and I'm going to hit greater than, let's go 30 this time. I usually go 20 to 30, sometimes 40, and that's going to basically put anything greater than 30, and we're going to add it. Anything greater than a 30% ROI is going to be shown on this spreadsheet, organized for us to look through so we can identify profitable products, right? So that's going to take out all the unprofitable products that have any ROI less than 30% on our money, okay? And that's a great way to sort it. It's basically going to save us a lot of time and only spit us out product leads, so to speak, that we can buy that are 30% ROI or greater. So now that it's done filtering, we can scroll over. You can also organize this by net profit and ROI and, kind of filter it so that the highest ROIs or net profit are at the top within those parameters that you already filtered. I'm going to keep it organized by sales rank so that I know exactly where sales rank right here, so that I know exactly what products are selling quickly the fastest, right? So this is 12,000 in toys and games. So it still has a 35% ROI, but the net profit's a little low at $1.27, not necessarily something I want to go after. Now, I actually did buy a couple of these already in the past. I looked at Fallout. I think it was a bad one. I actually bought this Silver Buffalo one before, and it's currently on its way to FBA. Should be received any day now. I think I looked through the BioWorld and the Rick and Morty. I looked through Rick and Morty. I feel like that was a bad product, or maybe it was out of stock last time. So here's a 32% ROI with $9 profit margin. Not bad at all. So you're spending a little bit more into this product, but it looks like it's, potentially a good product. So we're going to click the Destiny thing and see if it checks out. Okay, so it's $43 right here. And you're going to want to take the UPC. Where's the Destiny one? Right here. UPC. So you're spending $28 to make like 9 something ROI, which ends up being like a 35%, I think it was, ROI. So we're going to take that UPC back into the spreadsheet. We're going to search for it. And it's going to spit us out that thing where we can copy it, the name, and take it back into EE distribution, search for it in the product search, and it's going to pop up that product. Now, this is also sold out, so that's a bad product. I'm going to find one for you today. Now, obviously, I would go through this a lot faster, and we probably would find a product a lot faster, but I'm trying to give you a tutorial so that you understand how to source from it. So here's a 70. Let's see another one we like. This is a 50% ROI with $4. Not a bad one. What is this one? Vander Disney Mickey Mouse Holiday Ceramic Mug. Now this is breakable, so usually it's something I like to stay away from. Although if it's profitable, I might source a few of them. It's a little strange that this is selling fairly well, so I kind of want to look into it because it does look like it's a holiday mug. So let's check the sales velocity of here. It's 82,000 in kitchen and dining, so not selling that great, but it is still selling probably. So 1 a day, roughly 30 a month. What does the competition on this listing look like? So if we scroll up, there's 6 sellers on this listing. Who's on it? We can obviously use the online seller add-on, which is free. It's free in the Chrome store. I recommend that you download it. So it looks like Entertainment Earth is actually selling one of these as well. So that's a good sign that they feel enough to source their own product, obviously, and resell it. And that's typical. Sometimes you're going to be, you're going to be going against your wholesale manufacturer here and there. You're also going to be going against a lot of people that are sourcing from that same wholesale manufacturer. So the good thing about this is, while it's only selling 1 a day roughly and 30 a month roughly, it does look like it's a pretty good offer. It clearly has a margin right here because it's $19.90, right? And on top of that, everybody on this listing is selling a new product and they don't have a lot of inventory. So that's a good sign. Now, if you didn't have the online seller add-on, you could obviously just click the offers tab right here and sort through the new and FBA listings because those are the only people you're really going to be competing against. So then, therefore, it only shows you 3 people right here. So we're really only competing against 3 different people here. We're not competing against the other ones because they're fulfilling by merchant. And it's more difficult to get the buy box when you're fulfilling by merchant, okay? So this product might actually be good. Let's look a little bit into it. Now, typically speaking, you're going to see a lot of better products selling a lot faster. And because on the Scan Unlimited software, we kind of sorted through a bunch of products that were selling fast right here. So I sourced a couple of these already. And a lot of these, might have lower ROIs, but they're selling pretty fast, right? This has a $1.27 ROI. This has a $4 ROI. But their sales rank is 12,000 and 14,000 respectively, so they're clearly selling very, very fast, right? So you got to pick, a balance between profit and fast sales because you don't want to tie up a lot of your cash flow for a long time, okay? So let's look a little bit more in depth in this in EE distribution. Let's go back and find that one. It was the mug, and I lost track of it. Okay, so here's the mug right here. We're going to take the UPC right here, and we're going to take it into the spreadsheet because we want to find out what the actual name of it is. Now, we know, obviously, let's copy this. We know, obviously, the name on Scan Unlimited is right here, but we can't actually copy and paste this because it's clickable, and it'll take you to the Amazon listing. That's why I go back into the spreadsheet and get it, so then I can copy it and put it into the product search on EE distribution. So, of course, temporarily out of stock. So, becomes a bad product. And this is typical, obviously I would sort through a lot faster with this. And, one of the things here is wholesale is very, very competitive. So depending on your manufacturer or your supplier that you're getting it from, you want to be first to market or last to market, right? So typically they're going to give you updates, especially if it's a reputable big company like EE. They're going to give you email updates when they have new products. As soon as you get an email update that they have new products in, you want to email them, get a product catalog, put it in the software quickly, and obviously start scanning and sorting through deals so you can be one of the first to market to get that. That will give you a lot of better product buys, and obviously because this is an old spreadsheet, because my software is currently updating with new stuff, I'm sourcing from older products and older buys that people have already gone through, okay? So let's scroll all the way down. Let's see a 70% ROI here with $8. Let's check that one out. AccuTime Star Wars Millennium Falcon. That's pretty cool. Pocket watch. So there is a margin there because we're going to source it for $12.50. It's selling for $28.98. It looks like sold by Dragon's Emporium, so there's only 2 left on this listing, and there's only 1 person selling it. But is it selling well? It's not selling well because it's $352 in toys and games. So we need to go back up the spreadsheet a little bit to something that's selling a little bit better. Let's go down to like under 100,000 seller rank. So we could obviously put that in a filter as well, but I'm not going to do that right here. So here's one that's 38%, a little bit lower net profit than I'd like, but let's check it out. So it is a Vandor Star Wars Porg mugs, more mugs. So $14.90, what are you sourcing it from? So $5.60, it might be a good potential buy. There's 8 people on the listing. The buy box is $14.90. It's 171,000, so it looks like since I actually scanned this listing in, this has changed, and that's another reason you want to be first to market, and it doesn't look like it's actually selling well anymore. So let's go back up and find a better one. So this is 42% ROI with $2.82, a little bit lower than I'd like. Funko Pop Star Wars Chewie thing. That's pretty funny. So $15.10. You're going to source it for $6.60, so that's probably a profitable buy. It looks like the buy box price, like I said, $15.10. It's 47 toys and games, so it might be selling fairly well. It's probably going to be sold out on EE distribution, but let's check. 5 daily sales, 130 monthly sales, so there is a market for it. And there's 21 sellers on the listing, but we want to check to see who we're actually competing against, right? So if we actually open this up in a new window and we sort through and we go FBA offers and new offers, we're going to see what our actual competition looks like. And there looks like there's 3, 6, 9 sellers roughly on this listing currently. All of them are a little bit higher than 15. So the only one that's under 15 is Amazon. How many units does Amazon have? Amazon only has 3 units, so that's not something that really scares me because they only have 3 units, so they're going to sell out of this fairly quickly. So let's go back to the product listing then and see if we can actually source this on Amazon for a profit, right? So we want to take the UPC. We're going to take it into the spreadsheet, search for that UPC. It's going to bring up the product, which we can then grab. We're going to take the name of the product. We're going to take it back to EE distribution, and boom, paste it in there, and it's going to pop up with the product. And of course, it's temporarily out of stock. So you can add this to your wish list potentially. I'm not going to continue to waste your time and sort through. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. We didn't find a profitable product today, but obviously there's a couple in here that I've already purchased. Now, I would need an updated product file to actually find one in the future. If you actually go through my last tutorial, there are other products. I think I sourced 3 of them in that actual specific tutorial from this spreadsheet. About a week and a half has elapsed, so obviously a lot of these products are a little bit outdated and bad. You want to stay relevant with your product lists, which is the importance of obviously A, being first to market or last to market, but B, also having other wholesale suppliers that you can pull product lists from, which you can then throw into the software. So it gives you other options, of profitable products to source from all sorts of wholesale suppliers, right?